How's it going, everyone? Anthony with US Fitness. So if you recently got a Life Fitness G4 home gym, or if you're on the market thinking about getting one, I'm going to go through the different exercises, the different features of this machine, so you can figure out maybe some of the things you can actually do with it. And there is a lot to unpack here. So to start, you have this big wishbone that when it's all the way forward here, this is where I would face the pad and do my back work rows. A couple different grip points you can choose from, like wide grip, narrow grip. The tab is up here, so I'm pulling this and swinging it forward to do my presses, and I'm gonna tweak that a little bit. So again, more of your wide grip, and you can do more of a narrow grip chest press, which a general rule of thumb, the closer in you're going, the more tricep dominant that will be. The wider you go, the more chest dominant that'll be. Seated leg extension hamstring curl, or excuse me, seated leg extension, but you do have to do a standing hamstring curl. So if I wanted to do a hamstring curl, and that's why I left this arm forward, this is just a good way to brace yourself. You're gonna wanna do one leg at a time, standing, facing the machine. You'll want to raise this seat so that this piece of upholstery is above your knee, so you're not hurting your knee. And then just get into the machine like this and do a one leg variation of the hamstring curl. And this is very adjustable, so it'll fit multiple users. The seat comes up and down. The backrest doesn't come out, but it does tilt forward. And if you've already seen the hoist video, you'll know. If not, I'll explain it again. Essentially, the more you tilt forward, the more it'll put emphasis on your shoulders. So if I'm doing a chest press with this arm right here, and I start to tilt forward, then it's gonna convert me into doing more of a shoulder press. So I just tilted this backrest forward a little bit, and you'll see now when I hit the press, it's a little bit more of an incline press or a shoulder press, and you can really play around with the angle to dial in what feels best to you. I'm gonna put this wishbone all the way back here, because that will let me demo what I think is one of the highlights of this machine, the fly arms right here. So a lot of gyms will have Life Fitness machines. A lot of those gyms have a Life Fitness fly machine that pretty much feels identical to this. So this is a piece that I'm very used to using in the commercial gyms. It's just a fixed chest fly where these arms are gonna just go in a fixed plane. You're really not having to stabilize or balance yourself or make sure you have the form dialed in. All you do is just bring those arms together for your chest fly. The reverse is also possible if you're facing forward. This is a great way to hit your upper back and your rear delts. So you swing these in, and here's something to be mindful of or to show. So when I do a rear delt fly, you'll see how this arm stops when it hits this black piece here. A lot of people will try to pull these arms back, and they can't and it gets real messy. You want to just make sure you're sweeping your arm outwards so that these two pieces stay in contact. And that's how you would do your rear delt fly. Other things to note, I got two pieces of upholstery so I can anchor my knees underneath to do my pull down here. This is also the same high pulley where you would want to do tricep push down. There's a bunch of different attachments you could play around with. For example, it'll come with this straight bar piece. So I would just take this lap bar off, hook the straight bar on. You stand to the side here and do your tricep push downs. We have our mid pulley located right above the head. This is your ab harness, which can also double as a tricep rope. We'll get there in a second. But essentially, and this is another one of those pretty typical machines at the commercial gym. So we have this harness, throw it around your shoulders and hit your weighted crunches like that. Again, it doubles as a tricep rope. You can get a little bit more creative and do like overhead tricep. Or you could take this attachment and hook it up wherever you want. I can hook it up here to the high pulley, do my tricep push down. Or I could also take it, our low pulley is off to the front here. So take whatever attachment feels best. I'll use this one as an example. Here's a neutral grip bicep curl. off the front here. The front low pulley is also where you would do your hip and your glute work. I'll put this back in its home, and we have our ankle strap hanging on the side of the machine. So that's just always keep this arm handy to stabilize yourself. So I'm just gonna bring it out forward to give myself something to brace on when I do like kickbacks and abductors. So ankle strap, nothing crazy here. And now I can do my glute kickbacks along with the abductors, along with you even do an adductor variation with that. Different options include a leg press, which is what we have going on over here. So this is a pretty traditional leg press. Again, Life Fitness probably going to remind you of a lot of the machines that you're used to seeing in the gyms. Back pad comes forward and backward. There's a little knob back here that lets you adjust it. And so here's where you would do not only your leg presses, see, leg press is also where I would do my calf raises. So probably make sure you have the seat all the way back, let your balls of your feet on the plate, let your heels hang off, legs relatively straight, but you still want a slight bend in the knee, and then just kind of point your toes outward, and that's gonna fire off those calf muscles. So you could do that as well. Those would be the two main reasons to get the leg press plate.